We all know that Space Jam was a shameless attempt to make a movie out of a commercial about shoes. But guess what? That's not the only media ever to spin out of a franchise-crossing commercial. In 1992, Toho and Nike joined forces to promote their new Air Ballistic Force line of basketball shoes. They actually hired Industrial Light and Magic, the special effects guys responsible for Star Wars and other various high-budget films, to create a commercial that depicted Godzilla facing his toughest opponent yet, Charles Barkley. Well, duh! It was actually pretty well received at the time, despite the fact that it doesn't really make any sense. So, what do we do with this commercial? Why, we make a comic book out of it, of course. Yes, a comic book based on a commercial based on a Japanese movie series and basketball shoes. Anyone else smell money? As such, let's dig into Godzilla vs. Barkley. The cover is kind of strange. The painted coloring works well here, but why is Charles Barkley floating in the air? Is he just jumping up because he realized his leg is engulfed in fire? The penciler mucked up Godzilla big time. He looks kind of chubby here. Poor guy must have been out of work when he agreed to do this. And his thermonuclear breath is all wrong. I could say it looks like he's spitting, except the blast pattern is weird. It's more like he's shooting web out of his mouth. Read in awe as Godzilla battles Charles Barkley in a cataclysmic game of hoops, the likes of which has never before been witnessed by man. Yeah, I mean, how many basketball games end with the destruction of a city? They reserve that for soccer games. Taking a look at the credits, Alan Smithy is credited for the plot of the story. Man, whoever thought this up was smart enough to keep their name off of it. We open off the coast of California, where a Japanese cargo ship is getting tossed about due to the bad weather. You know, it's a bad sign when your comic evokes the craptastic 1998 Godzilla film. Make sure the cargo is secured and all the men in their life jackets. Captain, when my father was a young man in Osaka, he saw Godzilla. Damn it, Ryu, this is not a good time for you to tell that story! Silence! It's bad luck to even mention his name! We are modern men. We do not believe in the old legends. Old legends? Godzilla came about in the 1950s! This generation has no respect for its elders. True to form, Godzilla rises up out of the water and smashes the boat, which was carrying lots of cars. However, they were Pintos, so people were going to end up dying anyway. We cut to a boy and his grandfather walking down a beach in California. The kid is really excited about the chance to meet Charles Barkley. He runs up ahead of his grandfather, but the security keeps him away. He claims to be Barkley's biggest fan, but the security guy points out the line of people who all say the same thing. I've come all the way from Brisbane. I am Sir Charles's biggest fan. He came all the way from Australia to see some random photo shoot Barkley's doing on a beach in California. That's not stalker behavior, is it? And why is Mr. T one of Charles Barkley's agents? Get lost, kid. You want to see the man? Buy a ticket to a game. Geez, way to send mixed messages, Mr. T.
See, you don't have to be famous to get respect. You just have to be somebody. And that means being confident in who you are. Being willing to take chances and risk falling on your face.
Oh, but I kid, Mr. T. We'll be doing his comic in a couple of weeks. The kid tells his grandfather how they turned him away. They acted like I was John Hinckley or something. Just because I like Jodie Foster doesn't mean I'll try to assassinate Charles Barkley. Well now, Matthew, when you get to be as big as Barkley, you have to take precautions. Yeah, the 6'4" basketball player really needs to be protected against the 12-year-old. Maybe you'll be a great warrior like Barkley. Wait, warrior? He's a basketball player, not a Klingon! For honor's sake, toss me the ball so that I might make a free throw! The kid's grandfather gives him a magic silver dollar. It has magical properties. Oh yeah? Yeah, like being exchanged for goods and services. Point is, that there Morgan is special, and so are you. So I give it to you. Thanks, Gramps. I'll spend the magic coin as soon as I find some candy. The two look out at the beach and see someone washed up on it. Other beachgoers help the man, who turns out to be one of the survivors of the Japanese boat. He tries to warn them about Godzilla, but only the kid knows who Godzilla is. He's a monster! I guess he's the biggest monster of all time! They call him the king of the monsters! What are you, the king of the liars? Ooh, burn. Way to zing the 12-year-old. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Look out there! Ha! Made you look! And of course, Godzilla rises out of the water and starts walking onto the beach. But Gramps, the magic silver dollar! I can use it to stop Godzilla! Hey, kid, Godzilla's lowest billing is $3 million a picture. This is the police. Clear the beach. Do not panic. Please evacuate in an orderly fashion. Come on, people, don't panic. We've all been through the giant monster drills. Not me, Gramps. Barkley. Yeah, he can afford to pay off Godzilla. Charles Barkley is Earth's greatest warrior. Only he can stop Godzilla. Hey kids, here's a short list of men who'd be better suited to fight Godzilla than Charles Barkley. Bruce Campbell, Mr. T, James Earl Jones, Kevin Smith, Johnny Depp, the angry video game nerd, Chuck Norris, Sakata Sanshiro, Mike Tyson, Sean Connery, the Kool-Aid guy. The military launches jets at Godzilla, but even the kid knows it's not going to work. The kid skateboards onto a conveniently placed ramp and calls out to Barkley. Wait a minute, I thought I heard a kid call my name. My Barkley sense is tingling. Gotta leave now, Mr. Barkley. There's a monster down the beach. I'll get Hannibal and Face and that sucker Murdoch, and we'll deal with that lizard fool. The kid lands in Barkley's arms, and Barkley nonchalantly asks him what's up. The other members of Barkley's entourage keep insisting that he has other appointments to keep, but Barkley's not paying attention to them. You gotta stop Godzilla. Take this dollar. I'll pay you a whole shiny dollar to fight the Japanese monster. I don't have to stop that ugly monster, and I don't want your dollar. You want to give me a dollar? Buy a ticket to the game. But Charles, only you can stop Godzilla, because you're Earth's greatest warrior. Was I watching the wrong NBA games? Are the really good basketball games the ones that include swords and armor and fighting each other? Barkley fires the rest of his staff after they once more insist that they leave. What if you say something that offends someone, like a little old lady in Vermont? Then I'll just spit on her. You guys, tell her to write me, okay? Like, you guys, we have to, fight Godzilla and shoot the hoop, you silly goose. Barkley asks the kid why he thinks he could stop Godzilla. It's an ancient legend my grandpa told me. What ancient legend? All he said was that the coin was magical. Is there some ancient Japanese prophecy about this? And lo, in California's darkest hour did the demon god, Zilla the Nuclear, lay waste to the cities. Property values fell and the beaches were deserted, but there was hope. For Earth's greatest warrior did rise up, and wielding his magic silver dollar, did he vanquish the foul beast. And he went on to make jokes as a commentator. Amen. Maybe you gotta put it in your mouth or something. You don't put strange money in your mouth. You don't know where it's been. Wait, there's a hoop. Pull in there, Charles. I want to show you some moves. Sure, Godzilla's attacking the city, slaughtering thousands, ruining the lives of countless others, and causing untold property damage, but that's fine. You show off your moves to Charles Barkley. Barkley, unfazed by this idea, says he'll play the kid for the silver dollar, even though the kid is already giving it to him. They flip the coin to decide who gets the ball first, but it lands on edge. Barkley reaches down to pick up the coin, but it suddenly makes him grow. Well, yeah, that's impressive, but can the coin remote control a truck? Yeah, Matt, I see what you mean. What? He didn't say anything. Now I feel like playing some hoops. Does nobody notice the giant lizard destroying the city?
I'm a dumbass.
By the way, we never in this comic get an explanation about where this coin came from or why it has the magic ability to make things grow. Hello, writers? I'm just wondering how exactly the coin is supposed to make Charles Barkley a giant. It's magic, so you don't have to explain it? What kind of an excuse is that? A newscopter flies around Godzilla and reports on the destruction. So far, there's been no loss of life. Well, except for the fishing boat and the jets and probably a couple people on the beaches and the buildings he smashed and the cars he stopped. The governor's hands are tied. Any force sufficient to destroy the monster would result in massive loss of life. Clearly, they just need to wait for the sanctions to take hold. They identify the monster as Godzilla. Japan is sending a special team to help fight Godzilla, but it may already be too late. Wait a minute, something's happening. I can't be certain, but yes, it looks like the monster is applying for a credit loan. Hey, you sorry suitcase-looking sucker, I'm talking to you. Damn, Barkley's hurling out racial insults at the lizard. The newscopter must have a megaphone on it since the reporter addresses Barkley and asks him what he's doing. Of course, no one bothers to ask why he's suddenly 300 feet tall, but I digress. I'm going to try to lead the monster out of the city. How do you plan to do that? I'm going to challenge him some one-on-one. It's a little-known fact that Godzilla is a sucker for b-ball. Of course! It all makes sense! Anguirus is a soccer fan, Gamera is all about the discus throw, and Godzilla's a basketball fan! It all makes sense! He even bounces his basketball against Godzilla's head. Yeah, antagonize the giant lizard with thermonuclear breath. Ingenious strategy, Napoleon. Barkley leads Godzilla to a valley outside the city and an old Air Force base that for some reason has a space shuttle scaffold. He bends the scaffold down so it resembles a basketball hoop. Barkley lets Godzilla start off. The news chopper makes its way to the Air Force Base while the kid and his grandfather make their way through traffic to try to witness the giant playoffs.
We see them. Charles and Godzilla are going at it at Scarf Air Force Base.
They're going at it? No, screw it, never mind. So the fantastic basketball game begins with Godzilla scoring and smacking Barkley in the face with his tail. Foul! I call foul! Where's the ref? Now it's Barkley's turn, and he proceeds to just score 1 point after another. Hundreds of fans gather to watch the game. Why, even Bill Cosby makes an appearance. And heck, even Barkley does an illegal move on Godzilla. Oh, I get it, like the video game Barkley, Shut Up and Jam. Godzilla, finally tired of this nonsense, just blasts the giant basketball. Barkley scolds Godzilla for being a sore loser, but instead of just continuing his rampage and blasting off Barkley's face, Godzilla calmly endures this Eisner Award-winning speech. You got some moves, little work, you can maybe get a tryout with the Bulls, one of those second-rate teams. Dude, the Bulls just got dissed! You don't need to be toasting the opposition, where's your sense of honor? He's Godzilla! He's not human! He doesn't have a sense of honor! Barkley brings Godzilla out to a canyon in Utah and tosses him a new ball. Where he got a new giant ball is anyone's guess. He tells Godzilla to start practicing and do 1,000,000 layups. For no adequately explained reason, Barkley suddenly is back to normal size and... oh, Godzilla's wearing shoes now. Hey, Ghostbusters 2 was wrong! They do make Nikes in that size! And then, Godzilla got busy. Wow. Barkley flies back to the city to return the silver dollar to the kid, who's engaging in the standard kind of fight you'd expect from a 12-year-old. Do not, do to, do not, do to, not, do.
Tonight on the McLaughlin Group.
The other kid bets that our backwards cap-wearing protagonist can't swish a ball, nor does he know Charles Barkley. In a bit of dramatic convenience, Charles Barkley shows up and our comic ends with the kid swishing the basket. This comic is just stupid. It's certainly not the worst comic in the world, but its entire premise is based on a 5-second high-concept joke that works better in a song about ultimate battles and ultimate destinies than it does in a comic. Though I do wonder about the magic coin. Alright, magic coin. Make me grow. Come on, you stupid thing! Make me grow! Whoa! Hey, it worked! I'm huge! Oh, hey guys, check this out! It's a brand new day, and the sun is high. All the angels sing because you're gonna die.